Hello Forza Racing Network, Mike Seddon here, also known as MS Custom Works, and I'm here with another quick photography tutorial on how to capture a car in motion. Now I've come to the hill climb event in Nice-Massena with my rally fighter, and as you can see here I've already got most of the photographs set up, but there's something wrong with it. The picture looks lifeless, the car's not moving, there's no sense of motion in the picture at all. So what I'm going to do is just basically talk you through the basic steps in order to get a pretty decent shot of a car in motion. So what I'm going to do first is bring up my settings, and you can see that we're only going to be using the top 3 sliders again today. So shutter speed, focus, and aperture. Now the first thing you want to do, as in all my videos previously, is to set a focal point, and in this case I'm going to be using the brake light on the right hand side of the car. There's a little bulb up there I'm going to use, as that it seems to be the closest point to the camera. And once again set the aperture quite high to give myself a nice shallow depth of field for working in. As you can see, this time around the image lines up perfectly. So what I'm going to do now is zoom out. As you can see, looking at this is a little bit too much aperture, so I'm going to go back down to around about 15. Just so that the front of the car is out of focus. It gives it fairly nice. So, at the point in time that this photograph was set up, the car was travelling at about 65 miles an hour. So you're not going to need a lot of shutter speed to get the desired effect. I've noticed that the more shutter speed you use, the more blurry a picture becomes, and even no amount of post-processing in programs like Photoshop or GIMP can get rid of that. So, what we're going to do is just play about with the shutter speed slider. I tend never to use more than 35 to 40 if I'm honest, because again with the lower settings in the newer Forza games it gives a very nice effect. So we're going to have a look and see what it looks like with my usual amount of shutter speed, which is about 20, and already the picture starts to come to life. There's a good sense of motion, the background's blurred up just nicely, and even the dust and dirt that's been kicked up in the foreground looks pretty good. So I could leave it there, but I want more of a sense of speed, so I'm actually going to put it up to the maximum of what I normally use, which is 40. And as you can see, the car looks like it's really moving now. And that's basically all there is to it. Just defining a good focal point that's close to the car and getting your shutter speed settings right, but not too much to make sure like the car is going off into warp speed. And I think that's pretty much it. So once you're happy with the settings you've got, press A to take your photo. Of course, any further questions, don't hesitate to ask myself or any other members of the Forza Racing Network page. We do have a lot of experienced photographers in our community, and all that's left for me to say is happy snapping!